Hey everyone, welcome back to my economics classes. In the previous lesson, I discussed with you one important question of 4 mark from the first chapter of microeconomics. Under the same chapter, I have one more important question for you that carries 4 mark, and it could be one of the most important questions from this chapter. It is about write a short note on centrally planned economy. Now, when I say it's a centrally planned economy, as the name itself indicates, central. That means the decision regarding the production, the distribution of goods and services is all under the control of the government or the authority that exists in that particular nation. When I say centrally planned economy, this economy, it believes that there is a state ownership or there is a government ownership over all the factors of production. Now, we already know there are 4 important factors of production, that's land, labor, capital and organization. Now, under this kind of an economy, the government or the state authority believes that it has control over all the factors of production and also the production and distribution of goods and services with a very strong motive to protect the society, or it works towards the social welfare, or it strives in order to keep people happy of that nation. There are few features of this centrally planned economy. Number 1, state ownership. Under this kind of economy, the government or the state that is under the control has a complete control over the factors of production and also manufacturing and distribution of goods and services. There is a limitation of the private entrance into the production and distribution of goods and services. There is elimination of private ownership, in other words. Now, this economy, as it is got the complete control of the government or the state, it is also called as command economy because it runs as per the commands of the government that exists in that particular nation. The next feature is social welfare. This form of an economy, it believes that whatever decision it takes only for the benefit of the society. Now, for example, imagine there is lack of education facilities or healthcare facilities for the public in that particular nation, and the government interferes the market in order to boost the education and health facilities that can serve the society, that can promote the welfare of the society. So, this kind of an economy, it has a principle that it usually promotes the social welfare of the society. Then we have decision making. In this kind of an economy, decision making is mainly under the complete guidance and instructions as per the government. No consumer, no producer is taking part in the decision making unit. Only the government or the state is going to involve into this process. Then we have competition. Under centrally planned economy, the competition is almost zero because the government makes all the decisions. The government also decides how much of goods have to be produced, for whom they have to be produced, etc. And when that happens, there is absolutely no competition because the government decides what goods have to be produced. It makes all the decisions, and thus there is no place for competition. When will you have competition? Only when the producers are making a lot of innovations, inventions. But here what happens? Everything is happening as per the government regulation. When this happens, there is a very minimal or zero level of competition. Then we have planning mechanism. The planning mechanism is usually attributed again to the government. All the decisions that we have discussed previously, the challenges of an economy, for whom the goods have to be produced, how they have to be produced, in what quantity they have to be produced. These questions are all answered by the government in this economy. There are few limitations of this centrally planned economy. Number one is lack of innovations and inventions. If consumers and producers are not given liberty or freedom of choice, probably no innovations or inventions will come up. So that is what happens in centrally planned economy. And there are also few advantages of this. Number one is increased in employment rate, because the government tries to maintain the welfare of the society. It will go out and give employment opportunities to the society. Then it will also make sure there is equal amount of distribution of wealth in the society. It believes that, okay, that means as it is concentrating towards protecting the social welfare of the society, it believes that it is trying to maintain equal amount of distribution of wealth and income among all the sections of the society. So having said this, which are those countries which have centrally planned economic system? For example, we have China, we have North Korea, we have Cuba, we have Russia. These economies are into centrally planned economic system. If you write this much, you will definitely get 4 marks. We have one more question to answer for 4 marks in this chapter. Write a note on market economy. This is exactly the opposite of centrally planned economy. If you understand centrally planned economy very well, then you can just change the points into opposite perception and make it market economy. Now when I say market economy, the economy is completely flexible, it's free, and it is got lesser amount of interference from the government side. There is a lot of participation of private ownership. Producers and consumers rule the economy. Now, when I say market economy, it is also called free economy, because the market seems to be free from the government interference. We have certain features. Number one is private ownership. Here, the consumers and producers rule the economy. I told you already. Consumers can choose what kind of goods they want. They can always look up for different options. Then producers, they can undertake innovations, inventions, and try to know the taste and preference of the consumer and produce the goods accordingly. So, producers and consumers, they have a private ownership over the production and distribution of goods and services. Then we have independent decision making. The consumers and producers in this economy, they can make their decisions independently, because they already know what is the situation of the economy. There is no government interference. They can absolutely look at the market mechanism, fix the prices, and also decide what kind of good they prefer. Then we have competition. In this market economy, definitely there is a very good amount of competition. There is a competition because buyers can definitely put up what kind of goods they require which suit their taste and preferences. And again, producers have a very important role to play. They have to design the goods as per the taste and preference of the consumer. And when they start doing this, there would be a greater amount of competition between different producers, because every producer is trying to meet up their consumers' expectations. Then we have profit motive. Centrally planned economy, it believes that it is working for the social welfare of the society. This kind of an economy, it is having an absolute profit motive, because they have to survive in the market. They are here to produce and sell the goods and also to enjoy the profits in the long run. Then we have no government interference. As the name goes, the government does not interfere into the market mechanism. Then up, price mechanism. In centrally planned economy, the government involves in all the decision making factors. But here, price mechanism, very specifically price mechanism, usually in economics we define it as demand and supply mechanism. That means the prices are fixed in the market on the basis of demand and supply conditions for the goods and services in the market. And according to that demand and supply conditions, the prices are determined in the market. Things could be different on during different situations. Given such situation, what suits the best from the producer's point of view, they'll try to bring up that price in the market. Usually we call it as equilibrium level, where the demand and supply both are equal. We call it as an equilibrium level. Here what happens is, usually the price is determined by the factors of demand and supply conditions in the market. The government does not interfere, it does not decide the pricing for the goods and services. If you write this much, you can surely score 4 marks for this. Having said this, in case you like the lessons, keep subscribing, keep sharing, and let's discuss more in the coming up videos. Thank you.